intolerable. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Sex and race, because they are easy, visible differences, have been the primary ways of organizing human beings into superior and inferior groups, and into the cheap labor on which this system still depends.
And we're live, and I wasn't expecting this to show up on the screen. Well, yeah, I guess. I suppose that is likely the case.
I don't know, maybe I feel a bit dead today, don't you?
Fair. I am Ozma in the Dark, still utilizing she, they pronouns for the purposes of I don't fucking know. Whatever the right-wing conspiracy theory is at the time, right now.
Because of the George Bush reptoids. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Calon, how are you doing?
I am managing.
Okay, so you're doing better than me.
Capitalism is currently burning to the ground. And all is well.
So
no, don't burn that part down. Burn the other part down. That part is owned by a worker. Burn the other part down. Sorry, what?
Yeah, so let's start off with pride, because it's a prideful pride time to pride away. Basically, I realize this is rich people problems because they have a house, but being told to take down a pride flag is never fun, and it is always the correct response to respond to that by taking down the pride flag and then putting up a rainbow light display showing the pride flag effectively all over the house. And I guess there's a rule banning shit too.
Who's banning what?
The HOA made the HOA made a rule banning all flags except the American flag. Homeowners Association basically went transphobic here.
Homeowners Association then.
I mean, it would probably, or not probably, it would help. Because it's so bullshit. Yeah.
I feel like that's a free speech violation.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's a free speech violation too, and yeah, it's just a mess, and I don't know where this story is.
That you can't fly it. It's like, it kind of feels almost something like the Nazis did, not to jump to an ad Hitlerum, but banning all flags but the Nazi flag.
Yeah, fascists like those Nazi-esque ideas.
Nazi, yeah.
So, speaking of fascist ideas, Hungary decided to pass a law barring LGBT content for minors.
Because everything we do has to do with sex, clearly.
Yes, clearly. Prohibits.
To be fair, it kind of does, but so does it. But so does straight people.
Yes and no. So I mean, like
we should ban all straight content then.
Well, yeah, and
any content that shows a straight person or a straight couple must now be banned. It has been deemed so by the High Court of Hungary, of the Magyar.
But yeah, prohibits sharing with minors any content that portrays being gay or transgender. And obviously supporters say that would help fight pedophilia, because of course. If you're not fucking the people that you assume everybody should fuck, then you must be fucking kids. Because that makes sense. Oh wait, it doesn't. It's just a hateful
These people have never read an actual journal on human sexuality, have they? It's not how pedophilia works.
I'm sorry, what? Journal?
of human sexuality.
Journal fact, I don't understand. The Bible says this one thing, and that's all I need to read.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. Of course, the almighty Bible, as the Germans call it. I always find that what the Germans call the Bible more entertaining than what English speakers call it. It's just the Bible.
So, actually, I'm really glad you're here, because this is super important information. The Biden Department of Justice updates court filing after LGBTQ backlash in religious discrimination lawsuit. The administration revised language that shared with the same objective as religious universities accused of discriminating against LGBTQ students. Also, apparently in the writing, it said it would vigorously defend the religious exemption and the schools.
What?
But I mean, so essentially they wrote it with nicer language to discriminate.
I don't get it. That still doesn't answer my question. Do those schools still receive federal funding?
No, but there's there's anti-discrimination. There's so it's essentially your right to practice religion versus anti-discrimination laws. So you have these two opposing things, and honestly, I think anti-discrimination is more important, personally, and religions aren't technically centered around hating LGBTQ people, and
yeah, you can have
shouldn't be.
A little thing in Christianity. There's this little thing called liberation theology.
Well, there's also, and, Jesus also didn't, really
go
it says against...
Here in Dumbledore 2:8, Jesus says, and I hate all gay people.
No, I think it was, either Peter or Paul. I can't remember which one's the asshole.
Paul?
Okay.
Yeah. Polyanity.
Apparently a Virginia teacher was reinstated after speaking out against school pronoun policy, so at least the teacher was reinstated. Wait, no, that's bad. Fuck.
Careful, Ozma.
I'm sorry.
Ozma, you're canceled. This is it. Sorry, guys.
Oh no.
It's been a great
I've
show.
been canceled.
But Ozma, we've had to cancel Ozma again.
Oh no. To be fair, I have been already canceled before, so that's fair.
Ozma the canceled.
Look, Xander Hall canceled me in that he blocked me on Twitter. No.
Look, I'm going to bring in Xander Hall right into this call. Just so
he's too much of a pussy to actually talk to me. Anyways. Now I'm just shitting on Xander Hall. Make fun of the guy one time I make fun of him for creating a problem that wasn't actually there.
I know. Ozma is a tragedy of the earth.
But they reinstated the fucker. I apparently forgot what the story was. So it's essentially quote unquote free speech won out against a fucker who didn't want to use pronouns. Sorry, didn't want to use accurate pronouns. Because I, he, she, they, me, you, I think all of those are pronouns.
Look,
so
all I know is I'm just going to use dickhead as the pronoun for this teacher.
The teacher Byron Tanner Cross, the Tanner dickhead.
Okay.
Was exercising dickhead's free speech was the claim by the court judge. And ordered the school to immediately reinstate the plaintiff to Dickhead's position, as it was prior to the issuance of Dickhead's suspension. I know how pronouns work. See, totally. I could just immediately switch pronouns that easily.
Good job. Maybe we'll uncancel you now. On second, no, we're the woke here, so cancel.
Well, I mean, oh my god. Not the fucking that fucking argument where any criticism becomes, oh, you're the woke skulls.
No, how dare you criticize me even though you really didn't criticize me, but I'm going to say you criticized me because you totally criticized me. So therefore, you're a woke skull.
Oh my god. Anyways, so as we know, we're loved in Arkansas. As an Arkansas Republican called trans people abominations on the House floor.
Oh, I'm an abomination?
Yeah, also all the trans men out there. Quote unquote, a woman shall not wear anything that pertains to a man, Mary Bentley unironically said while sporting a blazer.
Wow. Her constituents must be either like really ignorant of the political process or just really ignorant overall.
Yeah, so quoting from the Bible, Bentley said, yeah, a woman shall not wear anything that pertains to man, nor man put on a woman's garments. For all who do so are an abomination.
I mean, it's a good thing Wait.
Bentley, who regularly wears pants and sported a blazer while she spoke, was reading from Deuteronomy 22:5. The same chapter
cannot wear what a woman wears. Well, wait, but I'm doing exactly that. I'm a woman, and I'm not wearing what a man wears, so I'm very confused.
Yeah, I mean, you're wearing what you wear, so.
Like I have a skirt on, even though it's not visible.
Yeah, I have a skirt on as well, even though it's not visible.
We're not abominations, according to her. I'm very confused. I think we should inquire with this person. I'm confused. Am I an abomination or am I not? I want a damn answer.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Abomination has really fucking dope superpowers. So, like, do you want the superpowers of Abomination, or do you not?
Well, that's what I'm trying to... Do I get them, or do I not? Well, no, okay, never mind. Rationality rules already answered that for us by telling us we have special blood.
Oh my god. No. Go away, rationality rules. You don't believe in rationalities, nor do you rule. Representative Sean Patrick Maloney apparently is trying to reintroduce LGBTQ inclusive violent crime data bill. Basically, the New York Democrats said the epidemic violence against transgender Americans, particularly transgender women of color, is only getting worse. Now, this bill was shut down before, and I'm not sure this is going to make it.
Please pass it. It would really help us collect data.
Especially with how the police fucking are, and just being like, they'll label trans women as men in police reports, and at least 28 trans and gender non-conforming individuals killed this far.
Nobody ever accused the cops of being smart, that's for sure.
Well, there are actually rules that you can't have smart cops.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I can't remember the ruling, but if you score too high on the test, you can't become a cop. Now, as much as you might have a problem with the war complex out there, there's plenty of LGBTQ veterans who, well, were dishonorably discharged under the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy for being LGBTQ. And they're still not getting proper benefits. Because of course. Of course they aren't. And, you know, it's almost like the problems of the past continue on in the present.
Erasing the past. Nope, it's whitewashed. Sorry.
So it's like in the UK where there's no racism.
Right, there's no
according
racism
to the UK Parliament, I think, or at the very least the Tories.
Yeah, just like over here, there's no racism. I mean, you're a good Republican, right, Ozma?
Yeah, no.
Ozma the Republican, not Ozma the Dark. It's Ozma the Republican.
Oh God. So, apparently, Caitlyn Jenner is miffed that Jimmy Kimmel called her Trump in a wig. Now,
Called her what?
Trump in a wig. Now, I don't think that's a good thing because of all, like, I understand the reason, but I also don't think calling her a person in a wig, Lady Trump, sure, that would be a more accurate joke. Trans Trump also would work.
It even alliterates, sort of. Trans Trump.
Yeah. The terrible trans Trump tenaciously fuck, I can't other T words off the top of my head. But yeah, it just there's better jokes than that. Like, yeah, calling trans women essentially men in wigs is not a good.
Yeah, because generally when people see person, they think man. It's kind of been shown in studies. One of those nasty little facts.
Oh, that's.
But anyhow, yeah.
Yeah, although.
Let's fight the game.
Caitlyn Jenner also refuses to say Donald Trump lost the election, dodges the question on trans rights, because she is Caitlyn Jenner. Trans Trump trucking along.
Trans Trump tentatively trucking along.
Trans Trump tentatively trucking terrible, tenacious policies. I get I lost the alliteration somewhere.
Yeah, there are only so many T words that can come to mind instantly.
Yeah. But yeah, no, naturally she is
the trans Trump traitor.
Yeah, because she worships the Republican Party and she puts that over trans rights. She puts the money over, people's lives because her money matters more.
Clearly.
Although, some finally good news.
Jesus rose again?
No.
Oh.
Dwayne Wade
wasn't
said.
Good news, clearly.
Oh my God. Dwayne Wade said daughter Zaya helped him become a better parent. Opened his eyes. Basically, the person who the NBA, the retired NBA star who raised his daughter, who came out as trans last year. Basically, he felt like that made him a better parent and probably felt it made him a better person. And he's tried to actually fight for trans rights. So, loving parent. Although, I realize that shouldn't be special, but in this society, the atypical aspect of it doesn't help. But over to the UK, a woman is pushed.
How about over to the UK? And we
woman pushed man out of wheelchair and kicked police officer in racist homophobic rampage. So a woman in Scotland appeared in court after pushing a man out of his wheelchair, kicking a police officer, and shouting racist and homophobic slurs. So
a bit of psychosis.
Yeah, either that or she is a super Karen.
Maybe. I don't know which one is more likely, but yeah.
But yeah, it's just why push someone out of their wheelchair?
Well, if we assume that if we assume it wasn't like a manic episode or a episode of psychosis or something like that, then I guess bigotry. And you emasculate the man, becomes emasculated because the man is in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Like, that is something that does happen in terms of ableism, is that men who are seen as broken by society have their masculinity stripped away from them.
Yeah, because, well, anyone who's seen as broken, man or women, are seen as lesser. So
yeah, but for women it might be a little bit different. I don't think they necessarily get their femininity stripped. But I know for men, masculinity stripped.
I am at the very least aware of someone who with cerebral palsy who is
okay, then, yeah,
told that she was gonna be better off dead. Yeah, never mind.
They get their femininity stripped because they're generally considered less than a person in society. So
Yeah. But yeah, apparently there's been some tantrums in UK in general. But yeah, she at the very least has not she has not mentioned mania as a potential cause, or at the very least that was not listed in the court. So
yeah,
I mean, it could have been maybe
it could have been a manic episode. It could be a psychotic episode.
Yeah, or it could just be hate,
or it could be a mixture of both.
Fair. So young boys hurl grotesque homophobic abuse at a man just for flying a pride flag, because the UK definitely doesn't hate LGBTQ people and definitely isn't racist, right?
No, it's not. That's very perfect. We're just like Norway.
Yeah.
It's totally just like Norway.
They were showing things like fuck LGBT, fuck the gay.
I mean, in a different context, sure, but not in this context.
Well, not them. They're probably underage for one, and then
homophobia tends to be quite a problem among younger generations. People don't realize it, especially in isolated small communities, because there's less to actually challenge homophobic ideas and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is London, but yeah.
Well, even in London, you can have isolated pockets, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
But J.K. Rowling definitely doesn't help things.
No, J.K. Rowling does not help things at all.
Rowling rolled down the hill.
LGBT plus youth more than twice as likely to be sexually harassed than their straight peers. Shock.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really
question
news. Like,
2,934 peoples aged 11 to 18 across the UK.
Yeah, I remember that, like, the rate of sexual assault for trans folks, it's, like, ridiculously high.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because it's much easier to get lured in with someone being halfway nice to you when everyone's so hateful.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's part of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff too. Like they can feel like they can get away with it. That the police won't care as much. A bunch of other horrible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nice thing about knitting, you get to knit your own little hand pillows.
Oh. Where's Kira?
Downstairs eating.
Okay.
The Keelster. What's the next part?
Oh, LGBT plus teens in Northern Ireland most likely in UK to have considered suicide, which is also not a surprise.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland
everything
has
is fine.
Northern Ireland's been
a censorship bureau.
Northern Ireland has been like an absolute shit show.
It always is.
Always has been.
Mm-hmm.
Also, neo-Nazi has been guilty of 15 terror and hate charges after calling for quote-unquote degenerate homosexuals to be purged from society.
Well, I'm glad he's been charged.
Yeah, the group which aimed to stir up a race war preached zero tolerance of non-white Jewish and Muslim communities and described homosexuality as a disease.
Shocked. Again, not shocked.
Yeah, like people don't realize. I think sometimes people don't realize how much bad shit is in the UK as well.
Mm-hmm.
But at least UK. Wait, no. Which story is this? Sorry, it's Pink News is mean to me sometimes. It doesn't load as easily always. So this fits in with the previous story. A majority of those who oppose trans rights and Black Lives Matter movement have a warped sense of reality according to science. And this... So the 6 issues were stuff that were in prominent current debates. So like the culture war issues. But a lot of it...
No, we're going to fight the culture wars right here, right now.
Okay.
Ozma?
Yeah.
Trans people don't exist.
Disagree?
No. Ozma, you let me finish. Because as you can clearly see, I'm invisible.
Oh, like fucking Drac the Destroyer from
Exactly, see, I'm invisible.
If I move slowly enough, I'm basically invisible.
Exactly, yes. See, that's how it works.
But yeah, a lot of it involves disagreeing with facts based around expert opinion, and a lot of it has more to do with looking for a reason to maintain the opinion that they already have, and which makes it so easy to use Ben Shapiro's facts and logic against them in some ways. But also they don't care about what counts as an accurate fact.
You see how I school Ozma all the time with facts and logic. There's nothing but solid facts and logic here. Those evil feelings, even though we can't do anything without them.
Well, and the fact of the matter is, understanding your feelings is really helpful for being able to understand why you might want to act a particular way on your feelings. But that's too much scientific reasoning, and scientific reasoning is not in the Ben Shapiro thing. Only facts and logic, damn it.
Exactly.
But yeah, so apparently the Tories Equality Minister Kimi Bandana refuses to attend inquiry into Gender Recognition Act reform. Basically, it's a lot of them not wanting going against LGBT plus community by, you know, not trying to make it easier to legally do anything with gender documentation.
People.
Yeah, it sounds like there's hate or something.
Almost.
Yeah, and Maya Forstater ruling is not a license for transphobia, says the human rights chief who backed the right to be gender critical. The least critical people ever.
When I hear gender critical, I think gender abolitionism.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would be
just less fun.
Well, I mean, I prefer gender accelerationism.
What? So we're going to start the gender revolution? Is that what I'm getting at?
Yeah. So what you do is you start to use different genders, a lot of different genders, to describe yourself, because the fact of the matter is, if you think about gender, it doesn't really have any definitive thing. And then eventually what likely happen is gender as a concept won't be needed so much anymore, and obviously there will still be people who have to medically transition because of dysphoria, but it'll be just described differently. That's just my opinion right now.
Ozma the gender abolitionist.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably because I'm like agender half the time. So I'm using that as my excuse.
Spoilers,
no,
by the
ultimately, right now, honestly... Oh, sorry. Go on.
Spoilers, by the way, we're never going to eliminate gender. We'll just find new categories to use.
Yeah, that's probably true. But aren't you supposed to understand the future? And I don't know.
I understand the future.
So apparently the UK has started to do blood transfusion rules. So apparently the British government has eased blood donation rules for gay, bisexual, and queer men, yet apparently not enough. So apparently they'll do it in terms of, I don't know, I should have read more of this. I've been a bit of a mess. But anyone who has had the same sexual partner for the last 3 months will be eligible to donate, essentially.
What's wrong
regardless.
with sex before? What?
Yeah, so...
These scientifically illiterate buffoons.
Well, the thing is, it's a lot about... It's still anti-queer, anti-gay bullshit. Don't get me started on...
This was like one of the most ironic things about Russia. Gay marriage? No. Gay propaganda? No. But it's okay for them to donate blood.
Yeah.
Like, really, guys? Really?
Yeah, it's just, at least it makes it so it's possible and not like a blanket restriction if you've ever had oral or anal sex with a dude or whatnot. But, like, it's still bullshit. Because it's still got those homophobic roots. Don't get me started on the... Okay, fine. The plasma process, still a nightmare. At least I was finally able to give plasma. That's only because I'm not sexually... that's because I haven't had a partner who was trans and I'm not into dudes, so... Or I haven't had a sexual partner who's trans, and I haven't been into dudes. So, I mean, not that, obviously... God, I just feel like this is making me sound bad. I've dated trans women before. They just never went anywhere. And I either got dumped or they fizzled out. But anyways, I would probably lie about it anyways, because it's a bullshit question. I mean, I'm honest all the time to blood donation places, even if they're...
Have you had sex? Yes. Fucking me.
I actually have...
Aside from asexuals, who doesn't have sex?
I'm pretty gray asexual, so...
Well, yeah, you can be gray. So I guess it would vary for you, but still.
But yeah, it's just, it's a bullshit mess. But finally, our final story of the night. Important story, super important. And not just effectively a joke story to end the night with. Olympic boxer Nicola Adams is ready to fight Piers Morgan. So, Olympic boxer Nicola Adams is a woman who's like, yeah, no, yeah, you're a dude, but you don't know how to fight Piers Morgan, and I could kick your ass. Easily. Very easily. And apparently Twitter agrees that very easily she would kick Piers Morgan's ass. He's... Yeah.
Piers Morgan. Alright, well, let's watch it.
Watch the fight? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. There was apparently a really good picture of the... There's no way Piers Morgan would be in that good of shape. Sorry, photoshopped image for the boxing match.
Yeah, that or he took a bunch of steroids.
Yeah. But yeah, it's tonight. Calon, where can people find you?
People can find me at Calon the Wandering Snake, and on YouTube, and on Twitter at Spread, which will be spelled in the description, I assume.
Yeah, and you can find me at ozmainthedark.com. You can find me on The Fluid Voice several times. I still need to work on the editing for the shorts that are going to come up, but they have been recorded and they will be up. The shorts I am having with which I recorded with Perfect. So that'll be good, and we'll see you next week. And you know, the news is the news is the news, and hopefully we got you some good LGBTQ news that for the week, or at the very least what may or may not be important. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. It's that sort of week. And with that, bye.
Sayonara.
Justice is indivisible. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
We want no more segregation. We will accept no more discussion of segregation. And I would appreciate it if you would stop shaking your head in agreement when I don't think you understand what we are talking about.
Sex and race, because they are easy, visible differences, have been the primary ways of organizing human beings into superior and inferior groups, and into the cheap labor on which this system still depends.
No, you all tell me to go and hide my tail between my legs. I have been beaten. I have had my nose broken. I have been thrown in jail. I have lost my job. I have lost my apartment for gay liberation. And you all treat me this way? What the fuck's wrong with you all?
Freedom is merely privilege extended unless enjoyed by one and all.
I do believe that all of you can help us in our endeavors. We do need to have friends. We need those who believe in us.
All we are doing with this bill is allowing two people who love each other to have that love recognised by way of marriage. That is all we are doing.
Sometimes, especially in this body, I feel as though if Christ himself walked through these doors and said what he said thousands of years ago, he would be maligned as a radical and rejected from these doors.